Alright everybody, welcome back. It is upward and onward, onto the next floor of the Circle Tower. Working our way up to the top, we gotta go find the first Enchanter Irving and deliver him to Templars to let him know everything's okay. Although I don't think okay would apply to this situation in any way, shape, or form, actually. Don't recall how many floors there are. I think there's like 4 floors and then we go to the actual top of the tower, if I remember right.
Finished.
So we're actually really not even anywhere near the halfway point, because we still have to go to the Fade, and the Fade is really the big key part of this whole section of the storyline. Though we're exploring the map of Ferelden, really it is kind of like a hub system. You have your party camp, and then you have these major quest lines that you follow out. Orzammar, here at the Circle Tower, you know, the forest and stuff. And so it doesn't look like a hub design at all, but in a sense, it kind of is. It's just really well hidden. It's neat the way they did it, actually. Also like how you don't have to do them in any particular order. Okay, now this is the first, I guess you could say, kind of nasty little test of team tactics here. These arcane horrors can do a lot of damage. They don't have a lot of health. They're decent now for my level, but later on, you know, you can knock these guys down pretty quickly. But they're going to do some pretty good damage, actually. These guys can be feared in some situations. They like to do freezing attacks and things, and, you know, basically once they have you frozen, they can just sit there and wail on you, and there's nothing you can do about it unless you can get one of your teammates to unfreeze you, and I don't have any of those kinds of things available. So essentially, I've gone up there to bait him, basically take the place of the tank, while my tank is busy trying to keep my mages alive, and just hope that my mage can keep me alive too, essentially. Or hope that my dexterity is high enough that he misses more often than not. That's all kind of a dice roll thing, but looks like we got through relatively unscathed. I think there's some floor traps in this area. I'm gonna keep my eye out for them. One straggler over there. I believe these corpse skulls are something I turn into the Mages Collective, if I remember right. And there's another opportunity to get a bunch of them. Actually, more than one opportunity. I think we can get some more in Redcliffe and some in the Brazilian Forest, if I remember right. Not sure about that. So I'm going to collect as many as I can, because I think once you turned in so many, you can't turn in any more. But if you have a bunch more than what you need, you can turn those in also and get extra money for them. Seems like that's the way that goes. I've slept since I last played this, but alright, those statues are going to be important here in a minute. We'll be collecting these little scraps of paper and these little notes apparently left behind by the novices in the tower, who are now abominations, and so on and so forth. So, but they were, of course, messing with things they had no business messing with. If somebody says, don't do that, it'll destroy the world, they're not only going to do it, but... Well, anyway, I won't get into that.
Task complete, on to the next.
Okay, one thing I need to remember to do is, after I'm done in the Fade, to go raise up my lockpicking skill and then come back and unlock... I think by the time we're done, I'm going to have at least 3, if not 4 or 5 chests that I'm going to have to backtrack all the way down to the 2nd floor. Don't know if I'll suffer you guys through all that. Probably so, just to show you where they're at, see what we get. We may actually get something important, quest-related or side quest-related item or something. Not sure where my character is just standing there. Doesn't really matter, but... Need to open up some more tactic slots with my whole party. That's what I really need to do. So I can actually assign them to do certain things under situations like, you know, attack enemies and things like that. Okay, in really, really bad situations where you know ahead of time you're going to get mobbed, this is what they call kiting. Essentially pulling out a few at a time and bringing them back, whittling down the numbers to make it a little more manageable. It's a useful tactic on Nightmare, especially at lower levels, early levels, when just 2 or 3 just regular minion enemies can sometimes give you the blues. I'm looking for one more scrap of paper, I think. Looks like I still need more of whatever it is I'm looking for. It should say the quest updates, and then we'll get a codex telling us the order of statues that we need to select. There's a certain way you need to do it, or else you'll just sit there and take damage. And okay, all right. Well, apparently I can't detect these traps, at least not naturally. There may be a way to do it with the dialogue wheel. I don't think I exercised that. I don't know. I don't really remember. That's fine. This won't be so much of an issue after we're done here. Missing a little XP though. That's not cool. Say it had been an interesting fight with all half-dozen abominations and those 2 rage demons all at the same time. That would have been nice. Alright, so there's instructions on what order to do the statues in. But I think there's one more statue I need to unlock. There's these 3 in this room, and then there's one in the central chamber, if I remember right. But it talks about one raising its sword, one with its sword pointed down, another one holding like a vessel or some dish in its hand or something. Anyway, looked around, played around there. I can't really solve the puzzle right now because I don't have the last statue. So we'll go find that. Kind of looks like these statues here, but it's in the central chamber. And if they're not glittering, then they can't be activated.
I sense something drawing near.
Oh, great. I wondered
Okay, another trap. Yeah, I'm not seeing these things at all. I'm not sure if that's a survival skill thing or just my low lockpicking skill or a combination of both. So I'll eventually raise these over time. I really don't like missing XP though, ever, if I can help it. A lot of these codexes that you unlock, especially in the Mage Tower, will give you a little mini story also. This is definitely a good spot to save right here. But they'll tell you like some little background and give you an idea of how this comes about and what these guys are up to in secret that leads to, well, crap like what we're experiencing right here. I mean, there's a much bigger picture to this story as far as what Uldred has done, that what we've uncovered by talking to some of the NPCs and stuff. But still, the mages have been dabbling in things that they have no business dabbling in. And if you started with the mage origin, you'll be fully aware of that.
I sense something drawing near.
And you'll see how these things come about, and they will be completely justified in their own mind. So, all right, Desire Demon. She's a lot like the Arcane Horror. She can freeze and do these nature, I think they're nature attacks, where basically they're similar to an attack that a blood mage will cast on you, and you can just see yourself just bleeding to death as you're kind of frozen in place. It's like a curse type deal, but yeah, it's just nasty all the way around. And they have a little more health than an arcane horror. Okay, this little tactical control right here. I heard a lot of people complain about Dragon Age 2, but Dragon Age 2 had this exact mechanic in place. And in my opinion, in some ways, it was actually a little easier to use, at least for console. I have no PC experience, so, you know, being able to have all of your skills just lined up at the bottom of the screen and being able to point and click where you want everyone to go sounds like it'd make this game about 50,000 times easier. I would say playing this on console, Nightmare, at least Origins on console on Nightmare difficulty is a bit more of a challenge. Most of the Nightmare runs that I see on YouTube, I don't think it's coincidental either, are done on PC. Very few console versions. I think it's for that reason, is party management is a little more difficult, I think, on console here. Dragon Age 2 had this also, this same pause mechanics here where I can kind of check things out and move people around and stuff. It had the same thing. The combat was more action-based. It had, you know, cooler animations and it was a little faster, fast-paced, but other than that, I didn't see it being a whole lot different. I don't know. I don't really see what people were complaining about. I don't get it, but each to their own, I guess. It'd be nice if the gaming community would take a breath and stop trying to find things to dislike about every game, so they can be the one critic who found something wrong before everyone else did, but to look for some of the good points, although some games don't really deserve that kind of respect, I think. But the ones like this that are epic, I think you would find the redeeming qualities where you can, and appreciate the good stuff, but whatever. Okay, it'd have been nice to whittle these numbers down. We're fortunate here. Wynn is apparently just really doing her job. She's just doing her thing back there, apparently keeping everyone healthy. Or else we've gotten kind of lucky, but this can be a really hairy fight right here. This isn't the only one like this right here either. In fact, there's one that's actually a little worse. I think maybe they're higher tiered enemies. There's another little ambush like this later on, and it's I usually wipe my team several times attempting to get through that. Hopefully I'll get a little luckier this time. Okay, these should be the last little scraps of paper we need. Or not. Okay. Maybe not. Now that's going to come in handy for Wynn later on, to keep her from getting frozen solid.
I'm unable to do that.
Okay, maybe that's the last scrap of paper. And there's another chest. Okay. One more to come back and look for. It looks like we're just going to have to backtrack all the way back down to the second floor before we actually leave the tower for good. I don't recall if once we're done dealing with the first enchanter, if we're able to go back up the tower. I don't remember. But I know before we get to the top of the tower, we can backtrack. I know we can do that. Unless they've changed something. Now, I think if you can interrupt this guy right here, I think you can save these two mages that he's turning into demons over there. You can see their little pillars. This is gonna be something that's important at the very end when you fight the last boss. It's keeping him from turning the mages around you into more enemies. But I don't think I got here near in time. Or I'm just not able to disrupt him. I can't disrupt enemy magic, and so maybe on a much lower difficulty we could have wiped him before he killed the mages. And I think you can talk to one of them. Don't know if you get a reward. I don't remember. It seems like there's some benefit for saving one or both of the mages that he's possessing right now, and turning into abominations or doing whatever he's doing. But yeah, other than Stone Fist, I don't have anything that might be able to knock him out of that. Or once the spell is cast, perhaps if you don't kill him in time, or have the Litany of Adrala, which we have no access to yet. We'll get that much later. I don't know if there's anything else I can do about it. Probably just killing him. And he's a boss level enemy, so there's not much chance of doing that before he can successfully turn these guys into abominations or shades or whatever he's turning them into. Yep, yeah, see, he turned them into shades, so it is what it is, I guess. And check to see what my defense rating is here. Take a look at how effective I'm holding my own. I think he's missing as often as not. Oh, I thought we took care of this guy. Well, okay. Wynn finally got to kick somebody's ass. Nice. I don't remember who to give the white runestone to. I think it's a gift for Shale. I think. Okay, I didn't get to save any of these mages. I don't know. It's almost worth retrying it just to see, but I don't know that I can kill that that demon, that abomination guy quick enough. I really don't think so. So I'll just let it ride with that. If I'm missing out on some loot, I'm sorry. Okay, now this is the last of the statues here, but see, I just took damage activating it out of turn. I have to go activate these other statues first, in a certain order. And like I say, we've got instructions for that. Tell us exactly how we need to do it. Alright, so after a little double checking, make sure I haven't missed anything. Go over here. Let's start with that. And I think we come all the way down here to the end. The one with the sword or the spear pointed towards the sky or whatever the hint is, but anyway. And then this. Okay, it kind of sound like a lock being unlocked, and that's essentially what we've done, but it's all the way down on the first floor, back where we first met Wynn. And that's for later, and there'll be something that pops up there, and we will get a unique item for that, but that's way on down the road. Alright, so we'll worry about that later, but we had to do all this to get that set up for when we return back down to the bottom of the tower. We've got to go talk to the merchant down there to get our next backpack. And maybe some other stuff too. Might look into getting some materials for making potent lyrium potions. So, alright, that's on down the line. Next, we'll head up to the next floor. Alright, and continue on with this quest in the Circle Tower. Thanks for watching, guys. And if you want to catch the rest of this Let's Play up to this point, click the top box. For all my videos, click the bottom box. And if you want to subscribe, that'd be great. Hit that button right there over my head. Alright, y'all take care. Bye-bye.